Why do women choose a man who is strong and masculine? Manhood is more about a set of character attributes than it is about anatomy or age. When someone is referred to be not a guy, we may be certain of two things about them. He is a man, yet he is sadly lacking in certain essential masculine attributes. The sentence "he is not a man" would have little sense if we didn't all agree that manhood is a distinct thing. However, it has an immediate meaning for us, and we interpret it as a severe reprimand to the individual. So, what are the characteristics that define a healthy man? To be true, these characteristics of manhood should apply to men from all cultures, not just our own. This exposes what God has placed in humanity and what He has made man to be, rather than what any given civilization expects. What are we shooting towards, and what does accomplishing this successfully look like? We must ask as we work to raise young men into healthy and true manhood. This list is a summary of several of the most essential, widely practiced, and culturally accepted attributes of a masculine guy. It is by no means thorough or comprehensive. Courage. A man, regardless of risk, does not back down from a vital challenge. When called upon for the sake of others, he will endure danger, difficulties, and self-denial. Women will always prefer a hero, according to a study that concluded that when choosing a man for marriage, an affair, or a platonic relationship, women prioritize bravery over altruism, the kind of man you can rely on in a crisis, always getting into and out of perilous circumstances, typically on behalf of others. According to psychology professor Robin Dunbar, brave altruists who take risks for a living are the most appealing since it implies that they are consistently brave rather than selfish. Women see bravery as evidence of their ability to protect themselves and secure the resources they require. It's also possible that it's because they have the best genes. Step up. When a necessity arises, a man is the first to get out of his seat. He is a problem solver who takes charge. Passivity is not a macho trait. It's critical that you know when you need to step up. To recognize when no one else is willing to do what has to be done is to step up. When something is exceedingly difficult, this is what normally happens. Stepping up entails having the guts to be vulnerable and accomplish what needs to be done, regardless of personal sacrifices or political consequences. Protect and provide. A man has learned how to provide for and care for a specific woman and their common offspring and is willing to do so. He is not a slacker when it comes to his responsibilities. Even if he never marries, he's the type of person who could accomplish this and does so in a variety of ways. A man creates more than he consumes, and his work and generosity help the community. When a woman tells a man she feels secure around him during dating, he becomes more masculine. Giving a man the compliment that he is capable of guarding is a huge compliment. Men who aren't protective either have something wrong with them or don't care about the woman as a person. To him, she is a rebel. It's a natural instinct that guys haven't lost. Self-reliance. A guy can stand on his own 2 feet and not rely on others for his survival. The Boy Scout motto is "Be prepared," since no man wants to be reliant on another's readiness. He is not, however, a loner. He is open to collaborating with others. By increasing your self-reliance, you will be able to trust yourself to rely on your own internal resources and recognize when to use them and when to seek support in order to live a meaningful and fulfilling life. To become more self-sufficient, be aware of the adjustments that must be made. Have definite, timely life goals in order to put them into action. Make them verbal. With these objectives in mind, assess your impact on relationships and decision-making. Is a specific plan of action appropriate for you in the near future? What about in the long run? Honesty and moral courage. A man does the right thing and calls out others who don't. He is trustworthy in his dealings with others. Every man faces temptation, but the decisions and acts he makes in the face of it have a tremendous impact on his manhood. When no one is looking, he can be trusted to do the right thing. He is a trustworthy person who maintains his promise. Self-control. A man understands and respects his personal boundaries, which include his strength, appetites, independence, language, and power. He encourages others to follow suit. The battle between impulsivity and doing what is good or useful is known as self-control. It's the ability to keep emotions, urges, and behaviors under control in order to attain a larger purpose. People who lack self-control are more likely to engage in impulsive conduct and emotions. This implies they're more likely to make poor decisions that injure themselves or others, as well as have negative reactions when they don't receive what they want. A person lacking in self-control may be unstable, prone to rage outbursts, and immoral judgments. The main issue isn't whether men are more or less violent than women. The true question is whether or not males are capable of self-control. Humility. A man holds people in high regard and strives to improve them. He does not extol his own virtues. When he has offended or disappointed people, he recognizes the significance of apologizing and requesting forgiveness. Shows respect. A good guy, regardless of their rank, respects himself and those he meets. He gives them a direct stare. Give a solid handshake to another man. Respectful remarks are spoken. Respect for others not only helps us grow as individuals, but it also helps us maintain positive connections with those around us. Respect does not imply a superior-subordinate relationship. It is a relationship between two people who are on the same level. In a democratic and welcoming environment, respect flourishes. Masculine guys understand that each individual is unique and deserving of respect. Compassion. This may appear to be a feminine trait, but a guy notices the difficulties of the weak and those in distress and quickly steps in to help them. This is an example of moral strength. An innocent person's frailty is not exploited by a man. He lives his character. Finally, if manhood is a set of character qualities, the final attribute is that he demonstrates them in action, and he does so in a direct manner.